Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. One of the daughter of President Muhammadu Buhari has stepped out to vindicate the father due to what has been happening currently in the country. Don't forget that the Endsars protest ended up creating an opportunity for hoodlums to start invading the states, both private enterprise and even public enterprise, destroy things, and in one of their looting process, they were able to discover, palliative warehouses in different states in Nigeria. And shockingly, President Muhammadu's daughter is now saying that this is a proof that my father had nothing to do with the palliative, that palliatives were truly being dispatched to all the states in Nigeria. And she said here that palliatives in warehouses is an evidence that his father is not actually the problem of Nigerians, though she did not go as far as mentioning those who are behind the problems in Nigeria. But with what she had said, she's pointing fingers at a direction. I tell you the whole truth. Don't forget that so many places they have been, hoodlums have been able to loot this palliative, in their different warehouses. And this has happened in Plateau State. We've heard a lot of stories from Osun State also. We've heard from Cross River State. Cross River State seems to be almost out of place. Lagos State inclusive. From the southeast also, it's also happening in the different states in Nigeria. Currently, we've heard that in Abuja, there's a lot going on there. But first of all, let's just look at the comment that was made by the president's daughter. And then we also look at what UN have to say, because unfortunately, in one of the states in Nigeria, their office has been attacked. A lot of things vandalized, I tell you the truth. So let's look at what the daughter of President Muhammadu Buhari, had to tell Nigerians. And Zavra Buhari Indimi, who is a daughter of the president, says that discovery of food items and other COVID-19 palliative in several warehouses across the country is evident that her father, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, is not Nigerians' problem. She said this on her Instagram story on Sunday, and according to her, she wrote, it said, now that people confirm that Buhari distributed enough palliative nationwide, it is clear Buhari is not our problem. That's what she had to say, that Buhari is actually not the problem of Nigeria. And guess what? Most people have commented on that, that issue. And so many people are believing that though Buhari had dispatched it, that it would have been his duty, the president's duty, to ensure he informed Nigerians. But, it's not just her statement that is our concern here. We're going to be talking about that. Not just that statement, but the fact also that this hoodlum have painted Nigerians outside in a very bad color. I tell you the truth. And it has to do with the way they ended up breaking into an office of UN here in Nigeria. And precisely the way did that happen in Cross River State. They went in there and they scattered virtually everything. Even their cars were destroyed. And the United Nations has decried the attack on its office in Calabar, the capital of Cross River State. UN resident coordinator in Nigeria, Edward Callon, issued the condemnation on Sunday. Callon noted that the perpetrators were not Endsars protesters. They, at UN Nigeria, strongly condemn attack on its Calabar office, on its asset in Calabar by vandals who were out to discredit the peaceful protest to end police brutality. I call on youth to exercise restraint and engage in dialogue with the government on their legitimate demand at WHO Nigeria, he tweeted. Peaceful protesters in the country against started protests in the country on October 8th. But today, it's now the turn of hoodlums who have invaded virtually everywhere. And even today, as I'm talking to you, today Sunday, Pope Francis had called for prayers for Nigeria, considering what is happening. But looking at what has happened in the country, what is responsible for it? And I tell you, in the words of some politicians that I've read from, that it's actually still the federal government that is behind all of these things happening, because these hoodlums are product of bad governance, bad government, a product of corruption, product of greed of our politicians, product of everything about the government. I'm not talking about the government of just Buhari alone. We're looking at the government of Nigeria from the inception till date. I believe that this will make them realize that if anything goes bad in this country, it's not going to just affect, the common man who walks down the street. It's going to affect virtually everybody, because these hoodlums we are talking about, they are not external aggressors who came in, from outside the country, from Niger, neighboring countries. They were living here with us. Some of them, they were baited, given little or no care. And how they were surviving on a daily basis, nobody even cared to know. Some of them were there in suburbs, suffering, passing through difficult times. So, because the government doesn't care, unfortunately, the people had to also wake up to show that they care less about the destruction of properties in the country. Someone was talking during this period of Endsars protests. I said, whatever you term us to be, we are the demons that you created. Talking to the federal government. Yeah, unfortunately, that is true. As much as we continually abandon youths in this country, this kind of things will continue. I was shocked on one occasion when I was reading on the internet that in Netherlands, precisely, that's Holland, they've started closing down some correction centers because there are no robbers. They don't have enough, criminals in their society, and a lot of their, correction centers, I'm talking about prison, have been left bare. Nobody is inside. And which means that the government is doing what is absolutely right. How can you have a population of as much as 200 million people, yet the little money that we have is only in the hands of some very few elites? What do you expect? What do you expect? The people are suffering. Nobody cares about the people who are suffering. You are going to turn them to animals. Someday when they have an opportunity to prove to you that you have abandoned us and you have turned us to animals, they will do it in such a way that you will be shocked. Imagine the looting, how it all happened. It's so shocking that they looted to the point of gates. How stupid and mad can someone be that he will even loot and remove your own gate? In some of the politicians' house, they remove their gates. Some had to even go with the water system. They removed the whole water system in the toilet of some politician houses, and they were going with it. They took chairs. I was like, man, is chairs food? Just to show you that these guys are almost demented. They don't even care. They don't give a hoot about whatever you want to say. But we are going to take, if there's even an opportunity for them to dig out some of the tiles in these politicians' houses, they wouldn't mind. Look at the level of looting in Lagos State. Cross River State was almost the worst. They burned down virtually all the public enterprises, public offices. They were so mad to the extent that they went to psychiatric hospital in Cross River State, and guess what they did? They loosened all the mad people there. They loosened them and they picked all their drugs. Look at what they even broke into NAFDAC office in one of the states. They packed all the drugs, whether it was fake drugs or expired drugs. So for what purpose? Yeah, it's because we've abandoned these guys. That's why we are facing this kind of threat. I feel at this point is a wake-up call for our government. They need to understand that being in government is not sucking the money to the end. Is an indication that there is a gap somewhere. So everyone who gets into office as a leader needs to begin to think twice. Right now, as I'm talking to you, they said that the president has sent all his cabinet members back to their individual states. Go back and fix your state. I pray that they won't run into trouble, because right now, these guys are still there looking for who to strip of anything he or she has. I think I like to leave it there. Just go to our comment section. Let's interact. This thing has happened. The daughter of Buhari said, don't blame my father. And then the UN here is saying that this is not absolutely right. Who do you think is responsible for all this wahala that we are passing through? Let's interact.